Joining me now, Senator Johnny Isakson, a Republican from Georgia, a member of the Foreign Relations Committee. And Senator, nice to see you today.
Nice to see you, Jenna.
I see this letter that you penned along with your colleague, Senator Wyden, as well, a Democrat, and you're asking President Morsi to be tough on these smugglers. Have you received any response so far?
Not yet, but I hope they'll pay close attention, because that Philadelphia corridor that goes through Egypt into the Gaza is the main smuggling route for the rockets and the missiles that Gaza has gotten possession of, Hamas and the Palestinians. We don't need them to rearm. We don't need Israel to go to war. We need to make sure that that corridor is secure.
And just to be clear, there's a lot of different pathways through that corridor, one being, some suggest, from Iran to Sudan up through the corridor into Gaza. So we're talking about very powerful weapons. If they don't do this, if they don't crack down on smuggling, then what?
Well, we've got a serious problem. First of all, it'll be a breach of Egypt's commitments in the Camp David Accords, number one. Second, it'll raise the threat to the people of Israel. Third, it would make an unstable Middle East even that more unstable. So it's going to, first of all, be a big diplomatic challenge for Secretary of State Clinton and for the President. But most importantly, we have to make sure that corridor gets secured.
So the or what?
The or what is, I'm sure, in concert with Israel, rather, we'll come up with a good or what. But we don't need to have an or what that's a threat. We don't need to say, make my day. What we need to do is say, live up to your commitment and keep the corridor secure.
Let's talk a little bit about Egypt more broadly with the entire region. There's so many domestic issues. We were chatting a little bit about some of the fiscal cliff issues that we're all watching so closely. How do you prioritize here? How does Egypt figure in this letter, for example, to some of the other challenges that we're facing as a country?
Well, Egypt is an international challenge for us and a foreign relations challenge for us, but Egypt has been, prior to the revolution, one of the more stabilizing forces in the Middle East. There's a huge election that started today in the embassies around the world for Egyptians and will culminate beginning this Saturday when they start their vote on the new constitution. And there's a lot of concern about that constitution, a lot of concern about the power it gives President Morsi. That's going to be a major issue for us in the United States.
How concerned are you that some of these smuggled weapons will be turned on us?
Well, the smuggled weapons won't be turned on us per se, but because of our pact to protect and defend Israel, if they attacked Israel, they're attacking the United States.
And you say we don't need a threat right now?
What we need is diplomacy to work, and we need President Morsi to realize he got a mandate, maybe, but not a mandate to return to Sharia law and bad actions.
And we do know right now, we'll see where that government, whether or not that's a government as well, in transition, and what happens with President Morsi. It's nice to have you on set, sir.
Good to be with you, Jenna.
Great to have you here.